Hello, it's good to see you. You know, we've been cooped up in the castle for quite a while now. I'm starting to run out of things to do. So I was wondering, would you mind if I read to you? Oh, good. Now what book should we read? Oh, I know, we could read my book. Oh, it's a very good book. Do you remember anything about it? That's alright. I will read it to you, and then we can talk about it afterwards, yeah? Oh, good. A princess rises early. A princess doesn't doodle. A princess is patient, cautious, and clean. Oh, this must be the words of my mother. Queen Eleanor, my mother, had many rules on how to be a princess. Merida, me, her daughter, hated all of them. I did. Only when she was alone did Merida feel free. Here's a picture of me and Angus. Angus is my horse. I love to ride Angus all over the hills. Since Merida would be queen one day, and she was old enough to marry, Queen Eleanor felt it was time to find her a husband. A marriage? Merida wailed. Queen Eleanor and King Fergus, my father, invited the oldest sons of 3 lords to compete in royal games. The winner could marry Merida. I wasn't too excited about all that. There was young Macintosh, young MacGuffin, and wee Dingwall. You see, he's so small compared to the others, isn't he? And there I am, doing my favourite thing, archery. I'm very, very good at it. Merida did not want to marry any of them. So when she won the royal games herself, I shot my bow, and I won. Queen Eleanor was furious. Merida was angry too. She was tired of always having to do what her mother wanted. Merida lost her temper and she slashed her sword through the family tapestry, right between the images of her and her mother. I was just very angry. Have you ever been very angry with your parents? Then Merida jumped onto her horse, Angus, and rode away from the castle. When she came upon the ring of stones, she saw a flickering blue light. More lights joined it, and the will-o'-the-wisps were forming a trail to lead her into the woods. You see, these little blue things are called will-o'-the-wisps. They're very mischievous. They'll lead you anywhere. Merida followed the will-o'-the-wisp to a woodcarver's cottage, but the woodcarver was really a witch. She offered to make a spell for Merida. See, there I am at the witch's cottage. She's making a spell for me. I shouldn't have taken it. You shouldn't take it if you find a witch who wants to give you a spell neither. Merida wanted a spell to change her mother's mind. The witch agreed to it and she started brewing something in her cauldron. When she was done, she gave Merida a spell cake. You see right there? That's a spell cake. The regular cake, that is good to eat, but don't eat the spell cake. Back at the castle, Merida brought the cake to Queen Eleanor. She hoped it would help her mother change her mind about the marriage. Instead, she changed Queen Eleanor into a bear. It wasn't what I expected. Oh no, what has Merida done? My mum says that a lot. Years earlier, a giant bear named Mordu had bitten off one of the king's legs. Now Fergus heard a bear. He sensed a bear. He is my father. He likes to hunt bears because of Mordu. Right away, Fergus knew a bear was in the castle. He tracked it up the stairs, around a corner, and down a hallway. And we were running so fast, trying to get away from my dad. Merida's mother was a bear. Her father was hunting her mother. Merida needed help. Merida's little brothers led Fergus on a wild goose chase. The queen got away, and thanks to her brothers, Merida said they could have any treat in the kitchen. And I did not think that one through. Merida rushed back to the witch's cottage. The witch was gone, but she had left a clue. Fate be changed, look inside, mend the bond torn by pride. But what did that mean? She could have been a bit more straightforward, don't you think? In the woods, Merida and her mother learned to work together. For the first time, they enjoyed each other. At last, Merida understood the witch's clue. "It's the tapestry," she cried. "Amend the bond torn by pride." Must mean fixing the tapestry that would make her mother human again. See, we went fishing, and my mother was better at than me. Well, she was better at it when she was a bear. She's not better at it now. At the castle, Fergus spotted Eleanor. He thought she was a wild bear. "Mum, run!" I shouted. Fergus and the other men chased Eleanor. Merida chased them in. Her brothers helped, and they were bears now too. See, I should have maybe thrown the cake away before I told them they could have a treat. They had eaten the spell cake. Oops. Merida had to fix the tapestry fast. The hunting party closed in on the bear and tied her to the ground. Fergus raised his sword, but Merida stepped in and blocked his blow. She had saved her mother just in time. See, there we are, riding on the horse. My brothers are bears, but there's my mom. She's a bear too. And I was making sure my dad didn't accidentally try to get her. Suddenly, Mordu appeared. When he turned towards Merida, her mother broke free from the ropes. She fought Mordu and won. The wild bear was crushed by a giant stone. See, that's my mum fighting Mordu the bear. She saved us. Even though the tapestry was fixed, Eleanor was still a bear. Merida threw her arms around her mother. "I want you back, Mum," I said. "I love you." And at those words, her mother changed back into the queen. You see? She was the bear, and then I broke the spell by telling her I love you and saying I'm sorry. And my mum and all my brothers turned back to humans. One day, Merida might be queen. But for now, there would be no more changes. Eleanor and Merida would learn to love each other just the way they were. See? Oh, that is one of my favorite stories. Oh, what was your favorite part? I liked that part too. Now, I was making a cake. Not a spell cake, mind you, that would turn my mum into a bear, but a regular cake for my mum before I came here. So I better go check on that, because I do think that my brothers might eat that if I'm not quick enough. So, I think I heard them. Alright, goodbye!